Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Music Chronicles podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Angelo, joined, as always, by our other co-host, Shane Holmunez. How's it going, man?
Feeling refreshed.
Feeling refreshed?
I'm feeling refreshed.
That's
It's
good, man.
to be back. It's good to be here. I'm glad we were able to squeeze it in before you inevitably leave us.
I do, yeah.
For much colder times.
Yes.
That's going to be awesome, huh?
Excited. Yeah, I'm about to head on a little vacation. I got invited by some family members to go on a cruise, on an Alaskan cruise. Never been on a cruise before. And it is going to be a bit colder than it is up here. And I'm so fucking excited because if you live in Texas, you know that we're dying out here right now.
It's been so bad.
It's
one of
like
the worst years I can remember.
Yeah, it's like the drought in like holes. Like I saw rain for like 5 minutes one day coming to rehearsal, and I straight up felt like all those poor juvenile kids just dancing in the rain, like, yes, rain.
I just got back from a little mini vacation.
You did? Yeah.
My wife and I took, and you said drought, and that reminded me a lot of my vacation because on vacation we went to like New Braunfels, San Marcos area.
Cool.
And we floated the river, and that's always super refreshing on hot, crazy summers. But this year it was so low, like the river.
Oh,
was
really?
So low. Usually when we go, there's like this little drop off point. I always forget the name. Landa RV Park is where we always jump into the river, and it's a great place, kind of cheaper for tubes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which you're looking for. You're looking for deals like that when you're going out to do that, because you're going to spend a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
But so we went to Landa RV Park, and we rented tubes. It was me and Jen and Colin and Cordy. We were just like, we're just going to go do our thing and hang out. Yeah. And usually when we get into the little like kind of drop off area, like there's like stairs that literally lead right into the river.
I've been there before. Like years ago, I went with my cousin Andy for her birthday, and me and a friend of hers when we did that.
Did you go to Landa Park?
I believe so, because the way you're describing it sounds really familiar with the stairs, like just going right into the water.
Yeah,
and the cheaper like tubes. I think we may have gone there.
It's
as a matter of
It's
fact.
a nice place.
It is. Yeah,
I really like it. It's this Como River, and so. Whenever you normally go to the stairs, you don't make it to the bottom step.
No, you don't. Like the bottom step is like submerged
Way
already.
submerged.
So yeah, like you just pretty much just start floating like as soon as you can. Not
this time.
Oh no.
No, like we approached those steps and it was all exposed. You had to literally hop into the river.
Really?
Which it was like, it wasn't. The other one was, but it was like up to your shin. It was up to your shin.
Damn, still, that's
we had to all jump in, and then and there was no flow at all. So we had to swim.
You had to wade your way through
the whole way, all the way to the chute.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that
the chute
sucks.
was nice, kinda.
Yeah.
Normally, that thing launches.
Oh
you.
yeah.
And no, dude, there was a guy that was over there just fishing, right off the side.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, what? He was in the water. So
yeah.
It
was fly fishing.
Yeah, obviously the current wasn't that strong, and we basically waded our whole way through, and it was okay.
Yeah,
the first day, and then the funnest part was just getting to hang out with our friends.
Yeah, of course,
chill. But the next day, Joel and Lacey came, and we went to San Marcos River, which I've never been to that one.
Yeah.
So we went down that one, and man, it was hot. It was insanely hot.
Yeah.
But at least that one was flowing.
Right.
It had a little bit of a flow. But that one. Now there was definitely some deeper parts because it's a nice river, but that one literally that deep in some places.
Jesus.
Like your ass would scrape the rocks.
Yeah.
And it was bad. So I would just get up and just carry the tube.
Yeah.
I'm dragging everybody along at times. But it was a good I had a good time. It was a good time to get away, kind of refresh, rethink a bunch of things. You know. I thought a lot about the podcast while I was out there. I thought a lot about different stuff, different projects we have coming up.
Right. Yeah.
Different shows, different opportunities. So there are, and I say this a lot, but there are a lot more things coming up at the end of this year. Shows are popping up like weeds. It's crazy. Yeah. It's like the end of the year rush. Like we want metal bands. Yeah. Please come help.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
All right. We'll be there.
But yeah, you said drought, and it just immediately. I've never seen the river that low. And I've gone a few times.
Yeah, I believe I'm only gone the one time, but that's surprising to me. Yeah, because like literally the last time that I was there, it was like very different. It was how you would normally expect. It's like you go in, you just kind of like get yourself situated on the tube, and you're just going. Yeah, you're just going. Like it's flowing constantly. Yeah. So. Yeah, but that's awesome. Like I said before, I'm about to go on a little vacation myself, and I'm really, I think I've been kind of craving a little reset.
You need to get it
recently, a little bit of a reset, and it's been
10 days is a long time, dude.
Yeah, well, yeah. So technically, it is still basically like 9 days, but yeah, like technically the actual cruise itself is like 7 days, but I took off the day before and the day after just to make sure,
Time off is time off.
Time off, yeah. Either way,
vacation, man.
Either way, time off, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm just looking forward to it.
Dude, but I've never been on a cruise, so I really don't know what to tell you. What to expect.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect either.
I know that there's usually really good food, good entertainment. Hopefully there's a hot tub.
Hopefully somewhere, yeah.
You're gonna want a hot tub.
Yeah.
We at our resort that we were at, we stayed at like Holiday Inn resorts over there, and there was a hot tub, and I was like,
fuck that.
I'm not getting in there.
There's no point.
I never turned down a hot tub. Yeah, but I was like, there's no way.
In this heat, there's no point. Yeah, but yeah, speaking of cruises, man, that'd be fun to do one of those like cruise like festivals, that they do.
Yeah, dude.
What the hell's the metal one called? But like it was like a cruise that like there was like Ginger and like I Prevail on there. Shiprocked. Shiprocked, is that it?
I think that's it.
Yeah. Dude, imagine doing that one day. Oh my god,
love that. I would love to do any festival.
At this point. Oh yeah, same.
But yeah, on a cruise ship,
that'd be fucking great.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we as you can tell, we're trying to upgrade a little bit. We got some new lighting.
Yeah, we got a little bit. I got this nice little reddish pink kind of background.
Some vibes, some vibes.
A little bit of sunbursty kind of vibe.
Yeah. Sunbursty.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we're just trying some new stuff.
Yeah. Always trying to upgrade, always trying to improve.
I'm getting ready to go to the gym after this, so that's going to be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got some good people influencing me. Got some people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, your new student, actually.
Yeah. My student is also my trainer.
Yeah.
So
have we talked about this on the podcast? But you started officially like giving guitar lessons now.
Yeah. I started with a student, and then it just kind of fizzled out because her schedule didn't work out.
Right.
She's got kids and stuff like that. I get that.
Yeah, shit happens. Life.
But yeah, at the same time, I was at One Music, and like I said, or we may have already talked about this, but I'll bring it up.
Yeah, just
I was
in
One
case.
Music and saw this dude that I recognized, and he he recognized me a little bit, and I was like, dude was swole, like big jacked dude, and I was like, okay. And so I sat down, and he started playing some stuff, and he was not bad. I mean, he was playing like Avenged Sevenfold and different stuff like that, and I was like, okay. It was a little sloppy, so I was like, okay, maybe he's been playing just a little, just a little while. And I sat down and I started playing a little bit, and he was like, dude, like, he was impressed, and me and him got to talking, and it turns out we recognize each other from the gym. I was like,
yeah.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I would recognize you from the gym.
Yeah.
His name's Colton. And yeah, so it just ended up working out. It was a nice trade deal. It was like, I wanted to get back in the gym and start actually working out again. I needed a good drive and somebody to help push me through stuff. Because man, when I hit that wall and it's just me at the gym, I have no, I don't have the motivation like that to push through that.
I don't think I've ever when I was still going to the gym, I don't think I've ever been to the gym by myself.
Yeah.
And like just the idea of it, I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that.
I'm gonna cheat completely. If it's just me by myself or if somebody, I don't know. It's just, I've never had that passion for working out like that.
Yeah, me neither.
But yet, when I work out with somebody who knows what they're doing, it pushes me.
Yeah.
It gives me a little bit of a drive. Like, okay, if I can keep up at least, then, that's good.
Yeah, it's progress.
It's progress. And so it just ended up working out. He was impressed with my guitar playing. I was definitely impressed with what I've seen him do in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was like, hey, how about this? If you want, I can show you some stuff on guitar and you can show me some stuff in the gym. And he was like, dude, absolutely.
No, it's a great trade-off.
We traded information. I mean, both of us would be spending a lot of money for the training that the other one is giving.
Yeah, no, straight up. Lessons are expensive, and same with hiring a personal trainer. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my wife is one, and she trains women all the time.
Yeah.
She's very good at it.
Yeah.
And so I know what goes into that.
Yeah.
And so this is, it's nice to, it's an equal exchange of energy.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm trying to make it over there right after this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
See you then, Colton.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he's progressing so well.
Yeah.
I mean, we started with because he already had power chords and stuff down. It wasn't like I had to teach him how to hold a pick.
Mm-hmm.
He'd been playing for around 6 months whenever we got started, and that was the stuff he was doing right away. I was impressed.
Yeah.
I was like 6 months, 6 months with me. I was failing.
Oh yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
I was making all the mistakes because I was completely self-taught.
Yeah, because you're playing for 6 months as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, dude, I had lessons. You should have seen me at 6 months. I promise you I probably wasn't doing that much better.
That's what I'm saying. But he was able to, he had his chugs down.
Yeah.
You could tell that he liked a specific style of music, and that was what he was going for.
Yeah.
And that was something that I'm pretty proficient in, is
Yeah.
that style.
Mm-hmm.
So I was
heavy metals.
The metals. And so I was like, yeah, dude, absolutely. It was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And I had done stuff like that before when it came to like trade deals and stuff, except for it was more in like the athletic side of it whenever I was doing mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, before I jump ahead, I had a student named Tyler. Well, Tyler was like another kind of yoked, strong dude.
Yeah.
And whenever I was training him, he was into lifting weights, and so I started lifting weights with Tyler, and it was another trade deal. I was training him with mixed martial arts. He was training me on how to lift weights.
Yeah.
And I was progressing. It was looking good. I was feeling better, and something happened with our trainer, and the gym ended up falling apart, and it just didn't continue.
Yeah. Okay.
And so then fast forward to a couple weeks ago, I'm in the gym, me and Colton are on the ellipticals, and just talking about our day and all that stuff, talking about music, because that's, we talk a lot about that when we're working out. And I see this dude walking by, and I recognize him right away, and he recognizes me right away.
Yeah.
And it's Ethan, and Ethan is Tyler's brother.
Okay.
Ethan was one of my students back in the day too.
Yeah.
And I remember I was at his first smoker fight, and there was just all kinds of. We go way back,
Yeah.
We were teenagers together, and but he was kind of younger than us.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that like you already sort of like had not sort of, you already did have a background in like one-on-one kind of like teaching. Granted it was for something different, but still, I mean, I'm sure that experience
it does.
Helped a lot, and the fact that all this is kind of like lining back up like all these years later, it's like that's really cool, man.
It's not like, I mean, the principle's the same, right? Like back then I was looking at people's arms, how straight they were punching.
Yeah.
If when they punch, does their hand come down?
Yeah.
I was looking for openings that way, and now when it comes to teaching guitar, I'm looking at where's your thumb placed on the back of the guitar neck. How are you helping that to push your fingers, to where you can hit those higher notes?
Yeah.
So the principle's the same.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same shit that my teacher goes through with me when I started taking lessons back up again. That's what I love about like, I considered doing online like lessons, but there's really nothing like having a person in front of you, like watching how you're doing things. Like even the simple act of me like how I hold my drumsticks,
Right.
or like when I go to do a roll, it's like, oh, why are my like the heights of my sticks like at different spots, like, you know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
That's
that was shit
interesting,
that was shit that like he noticed kind of right away. It's like, yeah, like yeah, I noticed how like we were just working on rudiment stuff just on the pad. It's like, oh, I noticed your stick heights are like different. Like you really should try to like focus in more on that and get a more consistent sound like all the way through. And that's something that I've now actively started working on and
That's
noticing improvements on. And it's something that I'm just now I'm aware of, and now it's a problem that I can like work on.
Yeah, you can't do that with a video.
No, I can't.
You know what I mean? I mean, even if it's a video chat and they can see you, there's only so much you can see with pixels, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you need to be there. You need to be able to see around.
Yeah.
Look around what's happening. And so, like, with Colton, when we first started doing lessons, I noticed that he doesn't really anchor his picking hand. And a lot of people don't, but...
Real quick, explain. I'm not a guitarist.
Anchoring?
So yeah, what is that?
So, you'll hear it a lot with, like, bass players and stuff where they'll take their thumb and they'll anchor, boom, they'll put it on like their pickup, and it's anchored so that when they do their thing,
so that their hand kind of stays in the same spot.
Right.
Okay.
I anchor with my pinky finger.
Okay.
So whenever I'm strumming, like I'm doing this, and I will pull the rest of the pick through the strings.
Okay.
Because of that anchor, and I'm letting it flow. So I'm it's all because for me it's that anchor, and so I have a lot of control doing that.
Yeah.
Colton didn't really anchor too much, and where he held it was kind of like what you're saying with your sticks.
Yeah.
How it was different heights.
Yeah.
It was just one of those things. When I pointed it out, he's found another. I don't, and he's not anchoring the same way I do.
Sure.
And that's not what I'm trying to press him to do.
Yeah, but you're just trying to get him like familiar with the concept of anchoring, and just showing him like, okay, this is how you could improve and like be more consistent in your playing. Even though he's gonna anchor different than you, because he's he's
a different player.
Yeah.
He's a different person. And so like when it comes to speed stuff or cleanliness when it comes to playing, that's another thing that I really try and make sure that I am as a really clean player.
Yeah.
I might not be the fastest. I might not be the, best or whatever, but I try and be clean.
Right, yeah.
Everything I do. And so, when you're first starting, a lot of people want to use the pads of their fingers. And I'm sure that there are players that are very good with the pads of their fingers. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm not sitting here saying that the way you're doing it is wrong. What I'm saying is...
That's exactly what he's saying. He's saying
if
that
you're doing it that
way... who does it differently than Shane is wrong.
If you're doing it that way...
You're stupid.
You're possibly making it harder on yourself. That's what I'm saying. Okay? And yeah, you're doing it wrong.
There it is. The truth come out.
But, it's a lot easier whenever you're using the tips of your fingers.
Yeah.
Because then you're not knocking into other strings that you don't want to. There's the... Now, and don't get me wrong, there are definitely times that you want the meat of your fingers to hit other strings to mute them. But, when it comes to, like, a lot of the tappy, fast stuff.
The wheedly-wheedlies.
If your knuckle is bent like that, you want to be able to press straight down and not like this.
Not, like, let it sink.
Yeah, if you're doing this, you're making it harder on yourself usually.
Okay.
And even with chords, even with different stuff. So that's the kind of things that I've tried to approach with him, and his progression is insane. Like way better than I was at 7 months now, or 7.5, 8 months now, however long we've been doing this. But now the guy knows all of his pentatonic scales,
nice,
all 5 shapes. Connecting them when we get together and he comes over here, I have my 2 amps on each side of my TV, and it's just perfect because he's right-handed, I'm left-handed, so it's a mirror image.
Yeah.
I'll put a backing track on and we'll just go.
Yeah.
And I'll just let him rip it.
Yeah.
And you've heard
Yeah, I have. Because we were getting ready to record Slaughterhouse in the studio, and like before I was able to get there, you and Colton were working on shit. Like you were giving him a lesson, and he was I don't remember exactly what he was doing. He was doing like basically just improvising to like.
I had to fix his guitar that day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that.
That's why he was at the studio, because he messaged me and he was like, "Hey, This was like a week or two before that happened. No, it was probably a week before that. And he was like, "Hey, my guitar just died. It's not working anymore." Damn. And I was like, "Oh, well, that sucks." And he was going to take it to the local shop around here. And I was like, "Well, okay, look, I love them. They're a good shop, but you're not going to see your guitar for 2 weeks at least. At least." And he was like, "Ooh, that's tough. It's tough for any musician.
Yeah.
You take their, passion away for a couple weeks."
I'll be honest, that is the one thing that I am not looking forward to on my vacation is being away from my drum set for a week.
Take a pad.
That is the one thing.
Take a pad and take your sticks.
I can. It's not the same.
It's not the same, but at least
it is something.
You get something,
Yeah.
Like I took my acoustic guitar with me on my trip, and it wasn't the same.
True. But that
I was also not gone for 10 days. Anyways, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But sorry, I lost my train of thought. What were we just talking about?
We were talking about you fixing his guitar.
Oh yeah. So he let me know. My guitar just died. I was like, well, before you take it in, bring it over here. Let's check it out. I forgot all about that. And he brought it over, and he was like, going to plug it in. He's like, "Oh, by the way, this thing doesn't work." I was like, "Oh yeah, let's fix that.
Yeah.
Let's see what's up." And luckily, it was a very simple fix. It was an input issue. His pickups were no longer connected to his input.
Yeah.
So we soldered it. Easy fix. It's still working now.
Yeah. Nice.
We had to solder your drum too. That's the whole reason why I felt comfortable doing it.
Yeah, so I guess update, good a time as any, update on the drums and the issue I've been having with my Elisa's kit. So I was able to get one of my floor toms fixed. Just, some wiring issues, just had to make a new connection there, and I wasn't able to get my snare fixed. Had to purchase a brand new one, which sucks. But
money.
Yeah, money. But, so at that point when I'd gotten those two things figured out, like we were pretty much just like, okay, let's get ready to record. But, oh, lo and behold, of course, that's not the end of it. There's more fucking problems. So,
always.
Yeah, so like, whenever we get ready to record, Shane has to do this kind of thing. It's like auto sense. Do you want to explain that?
Yeah,
because I definitely don't know how it works. So you explain it.
Basically, the interface that we have is a Roland OctaCapture interface. So we have 8 inputs or 8 outputs. Yeah, 8 inputs.
Yeah.
And so each one of those inputs, a lot of them, like even on our interface here, it's got like a gain knob and it's got a bunch of different stuff. Well, the OctaCapture has this awesome feature where it can sense how much signal, depending on how much your piece of equipment, whether it's a guitar, whether it's drums, a microphone, no matter what it is, you just set your signal the way you want it, and then you hit like a button, and it's an auto sense function, and that will sense how much signal it will take in, and then you won't peak. Like you get it set up, it basically gives you as full signal, full data that it can handle, that without peaking. And it barely even, like, there's almost never a time where I've even seen it go in the yellow.
Yeah.
Like, it goes all the way up to the top of the green and it comes back down
there,
every time. Yeah. And so that is a feature that is so fun and it's so great to have, because that means every time that we get in there and we record, it's consistent.
Yeah. And so every time we get into record, jumping off of that, we do an auto sense for the drum set just to make sure that everything's working fine. And
I'll turn on all 8 inputs to go on, and we'll auto sense all 8 inputs at the same time. All of those are connected to his drums.
Yep.
I just say, we're doing an auto sense, play everything.
Yeah.
And he plays his whole kit.
I play my whole drum set, whatever, just, mess around just so everything gets signal. But of course, when we're doing that, then we realize, rack tom is quieter than the others. Why is that?
Yeah.
And so, of course, that's another thing. And, we pop open the drum, and it's another wire issue. And, basically it was just a, soldering issue. Like, the wire wasn't properly connected to, the chip that like, makes the fucking sound and controls the sensitivity. And, we fix that. But then when we actually go to record and we do a few takes, then it's just like, wait a minute, some kick drums are missing. Why are some fucking kick drums missing? Right. There's always something wrong with this drum set, and it just drives me insane to no end.
So we had a whole session. We had a whole session
where we were basically just fixing my drum set.
Yeah, we were like, we're not going to record anything. Let's not go to this session thinking that we're going to record anything. Let's go and do nothing but play with your settings.
Yeah,
play with your drums. I mean, we opened up his bass drum, and I mean, we learned how that thing works first of all.
Yeah,
but second, where it's striking, where like
the sensor
the
pad
beater
is,
strikes the thing, it's not actually hitting the real sensor pad. It's hitting a pad that's like right below the sensor pad.
It's like absorbing the shock of it to send signal to like the actual drum trigger. Like, because if I was just hitting that trigger directly, that thing would have been fucking destroyed years ago. So there's just no way. After the first session,
But so you have that absorption like pad right underneath it, and then your drum head, which is a mesh head, goes over both of those pads.
Yeah.
So whenever you hit it, boom, the mesh head actually presses against the pad itself, and it makes actual trigger.
Yeah, and then that makes contact with the pad, which then sends signal to the trigger, and we get the kick drum sound. So the sensor pad that's below the trigger, because I've had this thing for years, and I am, like most drummers, I am right-footed. What does that mean? All that means is basically just when I hit the kick drum, I usually hit it with my right foot. Now, obviously, we're in a metal band, so I use both of my feet, but my right foot is my primary one. Right. That is what I use for everything. And because of that, when we popped off the drum head and took a look, let's just say that, like, here's the pad, my hand. Like, right about here, where the right one is hitting, there's just a big indentation just, like, sinking all the way through. Yeah. Like a deflated freaking, like, punching bag after years of abuse.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. But, so basically, it just wasn't properly triggering it because I'm hitting against this, like, indented, messed up thing, basically.
Yeah. Well, that and, when it comes to things like that, there are so many little things you have to look out for.
Yeah.
And we learned that the hard way when it came to recording. Now, it's fine. We got through it when it came to rehearsal. Rehearsal was like, we could feel the thumps more than hear them. Everybody's over top, so there was definitely some kicks that were missing during rehearsal that we never noticed.
Yeah.
But whenever it's just him, we have to hear everything, and everything has to be consistent because it's really our drummer playing it. It's not, it's not a machine.
Yeah.
And we need it to sound the way that it sounds live.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. And so when we got, when we found that out. Not only is there's this big indentation in the foam, but next to it where the other one hit, there was a big rip. Mm-hmm. So we had to layer on layer on layer tape.
Yeah. We used freaking like duct tape, gaffer's tape, like whatever we had in order to basically mend that like big old hole that's there to make sure that the drum head is actually making contact with the sensor pad whenever I hit it.
We even thickened up the sensor pad.
We did, just to make sure, and it actually worked.
Yeah,
it's a little I don't even know what the term is. A little just I don't know, just kind of dumb the way that we fixed it, but like
jerry-rigged.
Jerry-rigged, yeah. But it works now and it's consistent. Well, I get all my kicks.
That was the first bit of it, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And then we were like, okay, well, now in order to offset this to where we're not hitting the same spot, we need to actually turn the drum a little bit.
Because where my beaters were hitting, it was sort of hitting kind of off to the side to where the right one was hitting pretty much the center of the pad, but the left one was kind of off to the side of it.
To the side,
Not really hitting it consistently. And again, we're a metal band.
Yeah.
I play double bass a lot. So I need every single kick drum there. And if I was just playing single foot, wouldn't really be an issue, but I'm not. And and if you've heard Slaughterhouse at our shows, and if not, there's YouTube videos of us playing that song live and at our old rehearsal space, you'll know that like there's a lot of double kick in there.
Yeah.
So I need it.
So we had to split the difference.
Yeah.
We had to go, okay, well, one can't be straight in the middle and the other be off to the side.
Yeah.
So we had to just make them both basically hit, I guess, middle side. I don't know how else to put it.
I mean, it's pretty much in
the middle.
Pretty much.
But, yeah, we just had to split the difference there. And then it came down to, okay, well, now we have to figure out the tension for your drum head because that has a lot to do with it. If it's too tight, you'll get double strikes.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's too tight, so it'll go da-da, instead of just the doo.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that rebound. Because the thing is, like, mesh drum heads are... they're very bouncy compared to just like normal like drum heads. There's like a lot of like rebound.
It's like a trampoline.
So yeah, it's basically it's basically a freaking trampoline. And like if I just tighten it too hard, then my beater will kind of double strike, and then of course that'll send signal to the trigger, and you'll hear that in the recording, even though I'm only meant to play one.
So once we got through that, then we figured out, okay, well, so we're still getting some inconsistent hits. It's better than it was.
Yeah.
But how are we going to fix this? And it came down to trigger settings. Mm-hmm. You played with trigger settings, and man, talk about how, I mean, that is what it should be out of the box.
Right, yeah.
Those settings you have is like we made it happen.
Put a lot of time into fixing this drum set.
But we got the drums done, and I actually have a video that I put together. It's close to 10 minutes. And you'll have to watch it to the end to see what we ended up having to do at the end of it. But needless to say, the drums are done for Slaughterhouse. We have now moved on to Andrew.
Yeah. Now
the bass are being recorded.
Laying down the low end for the song.
Yeah, that is true, and it's sounding really good.
Yeah, it is.
I can't wait. I'm just itching to get in there and do some guitar stuff on our stuff.
Yeah.
I've been doing guitar stuff with Paul.
Yeah.
He's got a couple of songs that he's working up, and he asked me to come in and do guitar work.
Yeah, you've been recording a lot.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was probably a 3-day project because I needed to go in there and listen through it.
Mm-hmm.
And
it sounded really good though.
Oh, dude. I was happy because it was on one take.
Yeah.
I'll definitely, when that song's done, I'll be letting everybody know about it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Gotta
give Paul the old promotion.
Absolutely. It's a very family centered song. I mean, it's very like to the heart. It's a really good song.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to pushing that a little bit and
showing
everybody. It's definitely a different style for me. But if you've ever heard me play on any of Paul's stuff, I always play a different style. I mean, whatever the song calls for. He has a song that I really love. We did with R.L. Bell called "We Can."
Yeah,
go check that one out. It's still probably some of my favorite guitar work I've ever done.
Yeah.
It was just tasteful. I mean, me and him will get in there, and he goes, "I kind of want to hear it like this. Do like a." I'm like, okay. And I'll do something that kind of resembled that. He's like, all right, that's good. Let's change this note and that, and we just kind of build it together.
Yeah, just workshop it.
And it's fun. I really like it. But I am looking forward to getting in there and doing some heavy, Slaughterhouse stuff.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And then we were talking last night, right? We had rehearsal last night. Was it last night or the night before?
What was last night?
Dude, I don't know.
What are days, man? I don't even know.
Today is Thursday. Yes.
So we had rehearsal last night. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of acoustic stuff recently.
Yeah,
that's what we've been doing at rehearsals.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. We've been doing the song "Down in a Hole."
Yeah. Do we really need to worry about spoiling?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
At least not for this kind of stuff.
No, I don't think so.
When it comes to like big shows, sometimes I want to keep it under wraps.
Fair enough.
But then again, usually these podcasts don't come out until
they usually come out after our shows.
Yeah. So either way, really Down in a Hole, and you and Josue, man, I'm gonna just give you a nice clap right here because you guys are killing it.
Thank you.
With the harmony, out of nowhere, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like one day we're not doing harmony, and the next, you guys we're pulling out 3-part harmonies together.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like this one, there were a lot of things that kind of built up. I mean, Josue has always done vocals for the band, mostly like, growls and like screams and stuff. But like, he's been starting to get more into singing. I've started to get more into singing as well, and I'm actually really enjoying it.
The past two shows you've had mics.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've started doing harmonies for starting over because there are in the song there are harmonies like during the choruses, and just at shows we just haven't been doing them, and now I've started to kind of pick those up.
Well, and that it really makes me excited for Viper when it comes to that. Viper's going to be so much more full when we can all actually sing and do that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to really pushing a little bit more and seeing what you guys can do with that, because you guys are getting more and more comfortable with it.
It's been that's the biggest thing. It's definitely been an adjustment, like trying to get used to doing backup vocals and like making sure that I'm still coordinated with my instrument while singing as well. But like it's been a fun challenge, and I've been actually really enjoying the process like a lot.
I've got to just take a second and talk about Josue and his singing, because
it's gotten a lot better.
He would be the first one to tell you where he came from when it came to singing. He was bottom of the barrel, like he couldn't hold a tune. The whole reason I was even the singer is because I was the only one who could even hold somewhat of a tune.
Yeah.
And Josue has gone from not being able to recognize vocal notes to being able to do full-fledged harmony.
Yeah.
That right there was a huge testimony to me that, like, okay, like I knew that I had gotten better, but watching him get better and watching his progression completely, like, if you think that you can't sing right now, it is completely possible for you to sing in the future. It is a learned skill. It's not something that everybody is always born with.
Right, yeah.
But if you love the way singers do what they do and you want to do it, you can learn it. If you can talk, you can sing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got ears and you can hear, like, fluctuations between different notes and how people, like, you can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, Josue is the perfect example of that. He's come so far.
He really has, yeah.
And if you haven't gotten the chance to see us live yet, or you haven't paid too much attention to what's going on, on my left, your right, you need to check it out, because Josue has come really far.
Yeah,
I'm proud of him a lot.
Yeah,
so that's cool.
Yeah,
but I'm pumped for everything coming up.
Yeah, me too, man.
We keep having different things kind of fall in our lap, and and I'm just excited to keep going and do more and more things. But yeah, we were talking last night, and we're gonna record Harith, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, one of our. Is it our newest? It's our newest done song, I think.
Yeah, we got one in the works, or a few in the works right now.
Course, yeah,
but
always writing.
One that's closer to being done than the rest.
Yeah, but Harith is actually, like, I think we could safely say it's like, that's a done song. Aside from being, recorded, copywritten, but whatever.
Yeah,
but it's done being written anyway, and we definitely, it's got a few shows under its belt now, so
it does. It does, and we've literally had people like asking about following us to shows because they want to hear that song.
Yeah, I mean, I told you about this last night, but yeah, my dad actually really freaking loves that song.
That's awesome.
And cool. It's funny because he was asking me about it. He was asking me about it on the way to Big Rob's, like our show that we had with the Engineered Society Project, like in Fort Worth.
Yeah,
he was asking me about it then, and it wasn't that long ago where where I was going to record Slaughterhouse. Like I was going, I was coming up here for a session, and he was asking me, he's like, "Hey, which one are you recording?" And I was just like, "Oh, we're recording Slaughterhouse." He's like, "Oh, okay." I was
almost disappointed.
That fucking song. That fucking song. No, he wasn't. No, not disappointed, but he was asking specifically about Harith, and he clarified that it's just like, "Oh yeah, I don't know why, for some reason I thought you were gonna record Harith or something." And
I'll let him know it's gonna be the next one.
Yeah, I'll let him know.
Speaking of Big Rob's and Fort Worth, I mean, we got to shout out to Tori and Dylan for coming out and hanging out with us.
Yeah,
over there, man. That was super cool of them.
Yeah.
I think they live in Denton, so I don't know how far away.
I don't know.
But it's a distance away.
It's a distance away.
And
what is geography?
Right. It's either like 3 days or 3 hours or 3 minutes. 2 years.
There's a 3 in there somewhere. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe
3.
But
nautical minutes. I don't know.
Nautical minutes.
Yeah, like they sailed there.
Yeah, that's right. But they came out, they sailed their boat, and it was super cool. Thank you guys for coming out and hanging out with us. Actually, you can see the pictures of me and them on our Instagram and all that stuff.
And it was fun catching up with them. Like I haven't seen them in since they moved.
I know.
You know? Yeah. How long ago did they move?
You know,
it was a year. It was a couple of years ago.
You know, it's been a time.
It's been a time. Whatever, man. All right, we get it. But yeah, no, seriously, it was fun like catching up with them, and the fact that they came over and saw us, and they're still obviously they're we're all good friends, and especially with Josue, they go way back, you know. But the fact that they're actually genuinely excited to see all of us and are following us and want to just see what we do next. That's really cool. We have some legit fans, and it's really nice.
It's really nice
as a local band to say that oh no, we actually have legit fans out there and we know them. We can prove it.
That's our favorite part. Of course, being on stage is just an adrenaline rush, man. It's just so fun. I get giddy thinking about it. Man. It's the dream. That's what we've been working towards, and we're there. And the other half of that is getting to interact with all the people and hang out with all of our fans and hang out with everybody who's supported us. Yeah. Because, we literally came from a work shed. We came from, I was passing by the other day where we first met you. Yeah. Where we first jammed. Yeah. Actually, I'll put a picture up here. There. Of the place, and that was the first place that you had, you and your dad came and you jammed with us, and we did In Bloom. And we've got video of that, and we'll actually play. Yeah,
we can put that up here in a bit.
We'll do a little bit of that too. Yeah. Just coming from that, the goofballs that we are, and being able to go to these shows and have people genuinely care. Yeah, they care. Yeah. It's, I'm honored, and I feel like I have to do everything that I can to make sure that, we give them the product that they deserve. Yeah. That's what it comes down to. Oh, got a new listener today of our podcast.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Somebody that I met in Vegas. He was a really good friend of mine. He was actually in the bishopric in the ward that I was in.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Pedroza is his last name, Brother Pedroza. He's nice. Awesome, man. But yeah, he's doing this big workout weight loss journey. Whenever I knew him, he was a big dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's lost so much weight. He's been going to the gym, and I saw he was online today, and I was like, man, I'm gonna send him a message, And I sent him a picture of me on stage, and I was like, man, I hope you guys are doing good. And he was like, man, I try and keep up with you guys. I told him about the podcast, and he was like, all right, I'm gonna check this out. Nice. And then he messaged me, and he's like, dude, you guys have so many episodes.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably thought that it was just something that oh, this is a new project I started.
No. Yeah. No, I guess so, but at the same time, it's like,
it's not that new at this point. It's like, it's like a year or two old now, something like that.
Yeah,
something like that.
Year or two old. It can walk.
It can walk now. It can at least
self-sustaining.
Seeing the shadow of your cat in the background. Can you see that on your camera?
No. Oh, Where is it? Oh,
can you see it? Oh God. Bullets coming in for the killer. Is that Casca? That's fun.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, I actually love that with the lights. That's amazing.
I can't wait to see your reaction.
Playing with the freaking shadow. Oh my God. This is the kind of.
I can't wait to see your reaction on that, because your eyes just went.
Yeah.
I was like, what? What happened?
That's the kind of viral moment we need right there. Cats on the internet, man.
It's always
goes
a
hand
win.
in hand. It's always a win.
That's so funny. Yeah.
That's just so funny. I can't stop laughing at that. That's awesome.
Oh, make your debut.
That's the monster. That's Casca.
She doesn't speak a lot.
Can we get a little? We got Bullet to say a little something a few episodes back.
He just speaks more than she does. But yeah, this is Casca. I don't have any of my other Berserk okay, go. I don't have any of my other Berserk pictures up, but as we go on, I'm gonna have a couple more.
Yeah, that's your Berserk corner right there.
Yeah.
And I've got your Gibson guitar right about there.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll put something else up there too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make some backgrounds.
Right. Yeah.
But
I keep something in the background, keep it interesting. You know.
Yeah. No, I'm
what were we talking about?
Oh no, you got distracted by the shadow. I can see it now. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. I have no idea what we were just talking about.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Probably doesn't matter. We're talking about Pedroza.
Oh yeah, his weight loss journey. Yeah.
So he was one of the ones that I was talking about. That's kind of like inspiring me to stay with it. Stay in the gym. He's got this cool little series he does where he does different accents in like this massage chair over at Planet Fitness.
Oh yeah,
the chair 3 or whatever. I keep up with it. He's really good at accents, man. He should definitely get into like voice acting.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So does he have his stuff like on YouTube or on a social media?
Yeah, it's his social media.
On
Facebook,
a social media? I'll
like
check some of that out. Yeah.
I'll have to ask him if we can link it.
Yeah.
We'll just do it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's cool. If I get the green light, then we'll throw his.
Okay. At the very least, you can show me, and then I can stalk his social media.
There you
just
go.
by
That's
myself.
all that matters. Really.
Just by myself.
Yeah. I was showing Andrew.
Hi, Pedroza.
There you go. I was showing Andrew some of his stuff, and me and him were just sitting there at rehearsal on Monday, just cackling, just laughing at all. You know, he's really good at.
I know. I'm trying so hard not to. I'm trying so hard not to look at the shadow. I'm trying not to get distracted again.
I'm getting distracted, but
yeah. But you and Andrew were
just laughing
at some of the stuff that he posted.
Got really good stuff on there. But yeah, any other projects you can think? Oh, I do have a project.
Yeah, we were talking about this on the phone earlier.
That's right. A good buddy of ours, Thomas. He got a hold of me, and he was asking me if I was actually able to make it to a show tonight to fill in, fill in as a singer for this tribute band that I don't know if he put together or joined. I think he joined it. Yeah. But they were gonna do like 4 songs at this open mic. Yeah. And
songs that you could potentially choke upon.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a Bullet for My Valentine tribute band, and so I gotta remember the name. Oh my gosh, but. What was it? It was like
Thunder Horse.
Waking to Thunder Horse.
Sorry, wrong band. No Remorse. Yeah, that's the one.
I thought that was a Metallica cover band.
No, I'm sure it's Bullet. No.
Or
freaking I can't think of any other tribute bands.
Like, A New Level.
A New Level. Oh yeah, that's the Pantera one.
Yeah, that's right. Anyways,
that's the Bullet. I mean, that's the Bullet one.
It was either going to be that tonight or this podcast. And since he's leaving, I wasn't going to bail on the podcast tonight. So, so we actually scheduled out a time for me to meet up with them over at this local venue called Concert Pub North, which we've already played.
Yeah, we have.
Probably one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
The sound was incredible. That's also where I saw David Ellefson the second time that I saw them. And that was such a great experience. Because he recognized me from Terrorfest. Yeah. And me and him like locked eyes. Somebody messed up on stage when they were playing, and he looked at me like I don't know, man. You hear that? And I was like, like, it was cool. We had a little back and forth exchange. Yeah. That's the night that I forced him to go take a picture with
David Ellefson.
And that was a fun night. But that's where the thing's going to be. And I think that's September 14th. We're going to go, and I'll do a few songs with them. Nice. They already have a little tiny set, put together. But earlier I was listening to a bunch of Bullet, and I was like, "You guys should do this song. You should learn this one, and you should learn this one."
Yeah, and maybe this one,
and this one too. I think I sent them like 3 songs. Like, I would be down to do these songs too. Just saying,
awesome, Yeah, whenever you go and do that, I definitely wanna go see.
That's gonna be weird seeing you in front of me.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I felt when I was filling in for the Taylor Court gig.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. Yeah.
I mean,
I was running back and forth because I was doing sound that night.
Yeah, you were working then. It'll be good to hang out with Thomas again because he and I, he invited me and a few other drummers from the local Houston scene to go see Dream Theater and Devin Townsend and Animals as Leaders, and that was dude, talk about a fucking concert. That was so great.
Yeah, I was happy you guys went and did that, man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Dude,
You know, that's another part of this whole circuit is actually getting to hang out and meet new friends. And, and you know, meet new people. You know, it's real. I mean, it's a community.
It is.
It's great. But so that's September 14th. I'm gonna try and make it there. Gives me enough time, a couple weeks to actually work up the songs because I know them. The lyrics I don't 100% have completely locked down. Yeah. But I know all the melodies.
Yeah. And as a singer, that may be important.
I could go na, na, maybe, na, 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 and that might work, but I don't want to have to do that for those guys.
That reminds me. I don't remember. So, you know the band Oasis?
Yeah, I don't know their stuff.
Yeah, but you know of them. Yeah. They're the ones that do Wonderwall.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can't remember which one it was, but it was one of the brothers, one of the members of Oasis. Like they were at a show, and like I can't remember which band it was, but like basically they were invited on by this other band to do a cover of "Come Together" by the Beatles, and he had the lyric sheet in hand doing it.
Yeah.
And he still fucked up the lyrics.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
I've done it.
Understand.
I've done it because you get into this like groove, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, I got this.
Yeah.
And then you get lost as to where you were on the paper.
Right. Yeah. And I guess that makes sense.
You know.
Yeah.
So I understand it, but that is tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. You gotta pass that through the crowd, and they have to be okay with it.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, to be fair, I think the crowd didn't give a shit because it's like, oh shit, there's the guy from freaking Oasis there.
It didn't matter.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, and they're singing the Beatles. That's fucking cool. I mean, honestly, if I was in the audience, I wouldn't have given a shit. In fact, I think that would have been fucking amazing. But like, you know, but at the same time, who cares? You know?
Yeah. Whatever, man. Yeah, that's fine. You mentioned this earlier, or you brought it up, or at least a piece of it. But we finally got to sit down and watch the Metalocalypse movie.
Yes!
We got to see Army of the Doomstar. Dude.
Yeah, I caught up just in time.
Yeah.
I think like the week before the movie came out, I finally finished the show up until the clock opera. Yeah. And then, you know, I went over, you know, I came over here, you know, me and Jen hung out, you know, had a great dinner, great time, and we just sat down and watched the movie and ate some food. And it was like, it was fucking great, man.
So I just got to say this. If you haven't seen Doomstar Requiem before, you know, you try and go and see Army of the Doomstar, halt, stop everything you're doing, and watch Doomstar Requiem first.
The clock opera is like, that's essential.
Yeah.
Before, I would argue watching the whole show is essential because I think, like, I mean, I don't think you necessarily have to.
You need to know the dynamics of the show.
I don't think you necessarily have to watch the entire show to enjoy the movie, but I think if you don't, you are missing something.
You are doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah.
You're not grasping the fullness of the show.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that, you know, watching it from A to Z all the way through, from the first episode when they're sitting there, you know, talking to their chef.
Yeah.
You know, to the end of, you know, Army of the Doomstar, all of it's necessary.
It is, yeah.
Even if you don't think it is, there are little details that
add up over time. Yeah.
And, you know, the thing is, my wife, Jen, is now a bigger fan of the show than I am.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge fan of the show.
Yeah.
She knows, I mean, literally, we'll be like driving in the car to go somewhere or you know, doing whatever, even laying in bed, just, you know, winding down for the night. We're both on our phones. Old man style.
That's like the modern version of old man. Is on your phone instead of like
exactly
having a book in front of you, or like a newspaper.
I'm playing old school RuneScape on my phone, you know, and
that's the old man.
Yeah, just like, old school RuneScape.
Oh, my RuneScape. I'm scaping all my runes. I've never played RuneScape, so I have no idea what the fuck the game is.
What'd you say?
Escaping all my runes.
Escaping all runes. Yeah. I mean,
crafting while you mine.
That's basically just, it's just a grind.
Yeah.
It's just,
here's
farming and grinding.
Here's a good way to piss off RuneScape fans. Yeah. The game that's just like Minecraft. Is it that one?
That's exactly the
yeah.
same.
Yeah, you get runes.
Pixelation's the same and
yeah,
everything.
you get runes and you mine blocks. What's the difference?
But while I'm sitting there doing that, she's over there reading Metalocalypse wiki. That's what she's doing. Like she's learning about it. Like she's so into it.
Damn.
And so am I. She'll teach me a bunch of stuff about it.
Quick question: does the Metalocalypse wiki have its own like special name? Because sometimes like you'll get like wiki pages that have their own like versions of Wikipedia. Okay.
Maybe,
I don't know.
I'll have
because like Star Wars, the Star Wars Wikipedia, for example, is called Wikipedia.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to relook at that. Maybe.
No, I was curious.
Rain check on that one, but that's she got so into that, and like when we go to work, like we'll work in Houston. Mm-hmm. So in order to pass the time, she just puts on the soundtrack for Doomstar Requiem.
Yeah,
I've heard it. No lie. 20 times all the way through.
I believe it.
At least.
I believe it. And honestly, I've been listening to it like ever since we sat down and we watched the clock opera, like that week before the movie. Mm-hmm. Like ever since then, like at work, like if I'm working opening shift or whatever, and I've got a couple hours to kill. I mean, not. It's like 45 minutes. Yeah, exactly. If I got time to kill.
Don't say it.
But yeah, I've been listening to the clock opera like soundtrack.
It's a great soundtrack.
It genuinely is, man.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
But that is what we have been up to for the past little bit. The clock opera was great, but
so
the movie really like
it's a great wrap up for the series.
Well, and then did you see that he said, hey,
maybe
it's not out of the cards.
Yeah,
there may be something else coming up, and the new record was excellent.
Yeah,
Death Album 4 was really good. There's like a handful. There's like maybe 4 songs off that album that I really like. The other ones I'm like, okay, I can dig this. You know, if it's on, I'm not gonna turn it off.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, dude, there's like. The single that they dropped, right?
Aortic Desecration.
Yeah. The context of that with the film, when you see it, it's like, did I like?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
what?
I don't want to say like.
I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah.
But
we're not gonna spoil.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know.
If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about too.
Yeah.
He has that realization of like, is it? And it's too late.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. It's so funny talking about Metalocalypse because it's an objectively silly show.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like, and that's the point of it, granted. But like, it's like genuinely there are some moments throughout the show, but especially in the clock opera and in Army of the Doomstar that have like stakes and like a really emotional moments and some other moments that are both emotional and really funny at the exact same time.
You don't know how to feel.
Like, I don't know. Like, damn it. I want to fucking talk spoilers, but I can't. We can't talk spoilers.
I'll just say it has to do with Murderface.
It has something to do with Murderface.
And it's hilarious, but it's so touching.
Yeah.
And I cried. I'm not going to lie to you. I straight up had a tear stream down my face.
I was there. I saw it.
Yeah, it was absolutely emotional. I mean, Brendan Small killed it with this movie and everybody involved.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to, especially for an animated film that way. I mean, it was so good.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. I bought it. I went and bought the physical copy.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Oh, here's another update. So, we did that unboxing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that guitar.
I sent it back.
Yeah.
I sent it back. It was I loved the way it looked. I actually even loved the way it played. I just didn't like the way it sounded. Yeah? Is that fair to say?
I mean, is that important for a musical instrument?
Nah.
I don't think that's important. How it sounds, who gives a shit? It looks pretty.
But it didn't... I don't know what happened. Like,
she's the prettiest girl at the ball, but damn it, she got nothing up there.
There's nothing up there.
Nothing up there.
The problem, it pinch squealed well. It did a bunch of really, like I said, it played well. But the pickups, I could not get them to stop shrieking.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is this happening? Of course, it was a cheap guitar. I knew that it was a cheap guitar. I knew what I was getting into.
Yeah.
But I also, my guitar that I take to shows, the Agile is a cheap guitar.
Sure, yeah.
I scored with that thing. I love that thing.
It's a great guitar.
Yeah, it plays well. I mean,
have you recorded with that guitar?
Yeah. Yes, I know I have. I don't know what song though.
I'd have to say, like, that didn't sound like a confident yes.
And it's not. But I have to remember what song it was. I do remember. There are pictures of me recording with that guitar.
I'm almost certain that that's what you used on the demo, or did you use the Schecter on the demo?
No, I used for the record.
Yeah,
it might have been Omaha because that's what I wrote the song on. I think I recorded
like
Omaha with that guitar and the amp that I wrote it on as well.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right.
Just for the nostalgia, but I so I started looking at that guitar that I got. It's called a G style, and I was like, why does it shriek? And it reminded me of the V that I bought a long time ago, which is also another cheap piece of crap. And I was doing research on that, and I realized, like, oh, these pickups aren't wax potted, which I'm not going to get into what that all means right now. But they literally use wax and pickups to help them from shrieking.
Okay.
I'm just going to,
That's enough of an explanation for me.
And the ones in the V weren't wax potted. Or if they were, it was horribly done. And then...
don't worry about the cats. But then...
Well, I looked at the pickups on the G-Style, and I noticed that there was wax coming out of the pickups. So they were not done right.
Oh, okay.
So that explained that. And so I was like, I'm sending it back. And so I might get another one, or I might just take my money and save it and get the guitar that I've been wanting, which I've been on... freaking hold for the past over think I've been on over a year now.
I'd say just save your money, just save it for what you really want. That's my 2 cents.
I agree with you. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But it was worth a shot. It was my own birthday present, but we're still gonna edit that together and do the unboxing anyways. Sorry, it's just but I had to come clean about it. It's gone. It's already shipped back.
I mean, hey, it seems like this episode's pretty much a giant update, so may as well. And
I wanted to make sure that we got something out for everybody before you go, and I'm wishing you well on your journeys, and you and Isaac are gonna have a good time.
Thank you.
You gotta let me know how the cruise thing is, man. I've always wanted to go on one.
Oh yeah, I mean I guess I have too. I'll be honest, it's something that I've never really thought about as far as trips go. But now that I'm going on one, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going on I'll be on a ship. I'll be on a ship on the water.
On the Watar.
On the Watar.
And Andrew's going on one, I think, in January.
Yeah, I was saying that.
So yeah.
It's gonna be good. I had one of my managers while I was at work today. She one of my assistant managers, Madeline, she funnily enough, she's actually from Honduras, where my dad's side of the family is from.
There you go.
And she's big into travel, and she loves taking trips and stuff. So she's very well seasoned traveler. And so she's been asking me all sorts of questions about the trip ever since. She's like, oh, yeah, when are you going? Like, oh, do you have this done? Do you have this done? Yeah, we've just been chatting about the trip, at work. And she asked me earlier today, she's like, oh, so have you packed yet? And I was just like, and she was like, what the fuck, dude? I can't. She was like, I couldn't. That's it. I don't think I could ever travel with you. And I'm like, yeah, probably not.
Yeah, no.
I'm a last minute packing kind of guy, unfortunately.
Yeah.
When it comes to trips, anyway.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I understand. I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's like, are you packed yet? I'm like,
yeah, no. I will.
What is that?
Yeah, I will pack the day before the trip, and that is it.
And I'll forget 90% of the stuff I was gonna bring.
Yeah.
On my trip, I was like, oh, don't worry about food. I'm gonna bring a bunch of chicken legs and stuff. I've had in my freezer for a while and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
They didn't make it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I believe it.
I was rushing out the door like, oh, we gotta go. But anyways,
why am I stressed? I prepared so well for this.
I didn't prepare at all. I don't understand. Anyways, we gotta wrap it up. I gotta get to the gym.
All right.
I gotta go hang out and see Colton, and he's gonna put me through a bunch of workouts, and I'm gonna hate myself for the next 3 days because of. But
yeah,
man,
work him, Colton.
Yeah,
work him.
You do that.
You do that.
Yeah,
you're getting a nice shot of my gross finger on the camera, right there, just covering my face.
Gross.
Colton. Work this man.
Make him a front man.
Make him the front man.
Yeah, no, but thanks for hanging out with us for the past hour.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, yeah, man. Anything else you got?
No, I mean, we pretty much covered everything. I mean, we'll, I guess, since the audio for this and the last episode will be coming out first, we're working on putting the video together with the Carnage
fight.
The James fight episode that we did, although that is on streaming as will this be, like, pretty soon, like here in a minute. I'll probably go home and do this, but anyway, these will both be on streaming, like audio only for now, but in the coming few weeks we will put together the videos for both of them, and then
we also did let you know this was going to happen.
Yeah, we did. We were on a decent streak for a few episodes where we were getting them out consistently, but hey, this just is what it is. We got our own personal lives and stuff. Yep. So.
And I think the next episode, my wife is going to be there.
Sorry, I just saw the cat behind me.
Yeah, and we're going to hang out. We're going to get her perspective on Carnage Radio and all the things that she did, and kind of get the other side of the deal. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah, it is.
It's going to be awesome. So, dude, thanks for coming and doing this on such short notice. We were able to fit it in and make it happen. So, and thank you guys for coming and hanging out.
Yeah, thank you guys.
And anything else you got?
No, just we'll see you on the next one. That's it.
Love you guys.
Hasta pasta. Later.